I think the concept and the pursuit of dharma should become very clear to all of you. In the matter of doing activities, actions or karma, there is no option for any living being at all, is the basic proposition. We are born with a body. The existence of the body and the way in which it survives, taking food, nourishment, water, air, etc., are such that every living being will be forced to have its activities. So in the matter of doing or not doing activities, there is no option for anyone at all. The question naturally arises, why is this so? Because as is the entire creation governed by nature and its laws and processes, our body, which is included in creation, is also governed by Prakriti's laws and processes. More particularly, Prakriti has three constituents, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. They are spiritual constituents. Each constituent has its own quality and characteristic. All the three constituents together with their respective qualities and characteristics are the ones that govern, manage and preserve the entire creation with all its details, minute as well as big. Let us understand it very well that all activities are a result of our body and its preservation. As long as we have a body and the body is nourished by food and drink, etc., there will be energy built in the body which can only be spent in the form of activity. So the activity is inevitable for every living being. In the case of humans, there is an option as to how the activity has to be conducted and what for. Because we have a mind and intelligence which are given to thinking and rationalization. So only in the matter of how we conduct our activity there is freedom and there is choice, and the choice has to be employed. Recognizing this choice, our scriptures are born. So our scriptures are an evaluation of the world, of the human life, such an evaluation that it gives you all the information necessary to conduct your activity in the best possible manner. When the how and what for of activity are properly known and you adopt this how and why properly, then it becomes dharmic. It becomes a righteous and well-directed activity. A righteous activity will have benevolence as an outcome, and it will also lead you to the ultimate fruition or fulfillment. Now, what is that methodology by virtue of which all activities can be done with a view to serve these two purposes? That is the only point that Bhagavad Gita now and then presents and emphasizes. The change to be brought about or the evolution to be brought about is in your mind, how you evaluate activities and what you are using your activity for. That is the only point. So many formulae we discussed. See, there is an oft-quoted verse. What is that? Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite swabhavat karoti yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayet tad. This is a formula presented by Srimad Bhagavatam in the 11th skandha, the Mukti skandha. Whatever actions you are performing, kayena with the body, vacha with your tongue, manasa with your mind, indriyaihi va with the senses, buddhya with the intelligence, atmana va maybe with the ego and the self, prakritehe swabhavat, by virtue of the inherent nature you have derived and developed after birth at birth. Karoti yadyadi, whatever you do, there is no description, there is no reservation, there is no selection. Whatever you do, samarpayet tad narayanayet. Let all these activities be a samarpana and offering to the Supreme Lord who has created this world, who preserved this world, of which you are also a part. So for the Creator as well as the Preserver, whatever you are doing, in whichever level, by whatever instruments of action, offer them all exclusively to Him. This is one methodology. Tell me here now whether there is any choice, whether there is any selection, whether there is any denial. It is not making things into two halves, calling one virtue and another vice. Now a question may agitate your mind. Suppose everybody starts doing in this manner, what will happen? Nothing wrong will happen. Because the catch is, samarpayetadu narayanaye. When you start offering all your actions as an offering to the Supreme Lord, automatically the ego will be eliminated. The possessiveness will dissolve. From an individual in whom egoism and possessiveness stand dissolved, there is no possibility of doing any harm to anybody at all. Without an ego and without your possessiveness, you cannot have greed, you cannot have hatred, you cannot have fear also. So in this wholesome offering, you will find the inner personality of man becomes so sublimated, so elevated, so self-effaced, that there is no chance for doing anything wrong at all. Unfortunately, you don't think about it. Suppose all people start doing in this manner, cannot everyone do anything that he wants? No. He will not want. Why should he want? If all the actions that you are performing are an offering, they are not meant for the benefit of your children, your body, your husband, your wife. They are meant as an offering to the Supreme Lord. Means what? You take away all your sense of belonging and sense of ambition. When psychologically the mind becomes bereft of these possessive traits and intellectually you become free of your ego which makes you possess. So it is an ego effacemental position. It is a mind sublimational position. In that position, things will flow naturally, as is the earth revolving, as is the sun rising, as is the moon waxing and waning. Your body and senses will also move, the tongue also will move, the mind will think, the intelligence will rationalize, the ego will assert. All these will become harmonious with the entire creation and creational laws, processes and sequences. Why don't you reflect upon it and take away from your mind the delusion that you have? If anybody does like this, cannot anybody do anything? How can he do anything? Because all the actions are not for him. All the actions are for somebody else. Somebody else. And who is that somebody? The Supreme Reality, the creative source. It is practically, in a way, multiplying all your actions with a big zero. This is what will happen. Think about it. Harihi Om Tats. Jai Guru.